Hello everyone, today I'm going to solve LeetCode problem number 328, odd even linked list. Um, Given the head of a single linked list, group all the nodes with odd indices together, followed by the nodes with the even indices, and return the order list. So the first node here is considered odd, and the second node is even, and so on. And we'll have to maintain the relative order inside both even and odd groups. We need to solve this problem in O1 space. That means we will not allocate extra memory to solve this problem, and the runtime complexity should be ON. So let's look at the problem here. We have 1 2 3 4 5. So here the 1 is the odd node, and the 2 is even node, 3 is odd node, and so on. So we need to connect the odd node, all the odd nodes first, and then add it to the all the even nodes at the end. So here we have 1 is connected to 3, 3 is connected to 5, and it's done. Then we append the all the even nodes at the end of the odd node. So we have 2 and 4 even node, and then we connect it to the at the end of the 5. So yeah, this is our problem. So yes, so here we have 1 2 3 4 5, and the results should be 1 3 5 and connected to 2 and 4, right? So yes, uh so here um here this is the odd node, right? Yes, and then we'll need to collect this to 3, and we need to collect this to 4, right? And here when we return, we'll need to return from, like, I mean, the first node has to be 1, right? So what we should do here is, so this is the head, so head, right? So we need to have reference to this head, because at the end we need this, right? We need to return with this as the initial node, right? So what we first do here is, yeah, so in that case we will not directly modify head. We need to modify this, but we are not going to modify the head, right? So first we will have to create a separate variable. Let's say it's odd, and then so we assign it with head, right? Yes, and then uh we'll need to connect this one with 3. Yes, but we also need to collect 2 with 4, right? So that means we need to have this reference to this node as well, the first even node, right? So for that, what we can do here, uh, we can do here head dot next. So when we do this, here we have a head, and we assign it to odd. So yes, we are pointing right now, the head and the odd pointing to the same node. Then to have the first even node, uh, we did head dot next, right? So yes, so this is the even node. Yes, so when we keep on and merging the odd nodes, and when we are done, like when we reached at the end, so this is the odd node, we need to append this 2 at the end of 5, right? Yes, so that means again I'll have to keep this intact. So again, what we do here, I will assign the another node with n, because I'll have to modify this node as well, right? Because I'll have to um, collect 2 with 4 here, but I need this reference to 2, because I need to collect 5 with 2 at the end. So that's why I'm not modifying this one. So yeah, now we have even here, so this is now our even. but we have our head pointing to 1 and we have our even node pointing to 2. Okay, so now, yes, so now we have odd here and even node pointing to 2. Now what we can do here, so now we need to connect 1 with 3, right? So what I can do here, so this is odd, I'm not modifying it here. Odd dot next should be 3, and here how can we get 3? So the even dot next would be 3 here, right? So yes, so now even dot next is here 3. Yes, so now 1 is pointing to 3 here, right? Yes. Yes, then I'll also need to point this even low e to 4, right? And we need to traverse through this entire linked list, so we'll have to move our pointer as well. So what I will do here, I'll have to move this pointer from here to here, right? So odd equals to odd dot next, so we have our odd pointer here. So yes, since I have odd pointer here, now what is my next task? I'll have to connect 2 with 4, right? So the 2 here is E. So E dot next equals, so how can I get 4 here? Odd dot next, right? So odd is pointing here to 3 and the 4 here is odd dot next. Yes, odd dot next. So now as I moved on, I'll also have to move even from this position, right? So even should be at this 4, right? So which is even dot next, so E equals even dot next, right? So now we are at this position even. So like this way we will follow this logic, and so while we are working on this, we'll have to check, since we are doing here even dot next, so if this even is null, so this might result in null pointer exception, right? So we'll have to check whether the E is null or not. E is null or not, and we'll have to check whether even dot next is null or not here. And so yes, so when we reach, so yeah, so when we traverse to all the node, so finally uh we will reach here, right? So the odd would be here, right? So our odd pointer O will be here, right? So what we need to do here, we need to add the even node. So we'll have to add this even node, which is 2 at the end. So that means at last what we need to do here, odd dot next equals to, we need to add 2, right? And the reference to this 2 is here en, but we use the another variable for modifying the nodes within it. So yes, odd dot next should be even node, right? Yes, so we modified the nodes, but at the end what we'll have to return head, right? Because we'll have to return the node starting with 1. So yes, and we'll have to return at the end head. So yes, we will use this logic to solve our problem. So yes, if head equals to null, and head dot next equals to null. We can return head, right? Yes, so if the first node is null or head dot next is null, we have only one node, then we can simply return that node, right? Yes. So now okay, so before doing this, what we did, we'll have to uh, assign head to odd, right? Yes, and then we'll need to have a reference to first even load, right? Yes, first even load, which would be head dot next. Here head dot next, it will be 2. Yes, and then we need to have this reference to the first even load. So uh we will use another variable to modify the nodes, right? Yes, so now we can check if evil is not null and evil dot next is not null. So yes, so now what we did here, so we'll have to connect the odd with the next odd node, right? So that is e dot n, right? Yes, so now what we need to do, odd dot next equals to even dot next. Yes, so this is the odd, this is the even node. So even dot next is the next node, so that's why we used odd dot next equals to even dot next, right? Yes. And then uh so once we do this, we'll have to shift our odd pointer. So our next, so this the odd will point to odd dot next, right? Yes, so now we have even, and now we need to point the even here. This is the our even node 2, and we need to point to 4, right? So and this 3 is our now new odd node. So the even dot next would be odd dot next, and we need to update even pointer as well. So this should point to 4, and which should be even dot next, right? Yes, so we keep on doing this, and at the end, when we reach the end, so the odd dot next should be the first our even node, right? Yes, so that means even node, and finally we are returning head here. So now let's check our code. Okay, let's submit our code here. Okay. If head equals to null and head dot next, okay, I shouldn't have used it here. If it is head is null here, so of course this will return the non-pull exception. I should have done here, or so I hope you have catched it. So yes, now let's submit our code again. So yes, we are done.